Okay, I think we're back. And so, sorry about that. I don't know what just happened. But we're gonna be hopping back in into our Duelist. So last time we ended off. Oh wait, not cancel. Not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to create. So last time we ended, I believe, in Lion Eye's Watch. After killing Hellrake, the boss in the not the coast. It's the I don't remember what the area is called. But we killed Hellrake. We got the medicine chest, and we got something. I don't remember. I don't remember what rewards we got. I think we got a book of regret, and maybe another soul, another gem. Let me check my gear real quick. What do I have? Energy shield from? Oh, my chain boots. So the armor we're going to be looking for is scale, because scale anything. So like this fish scale has armor and evasion, because the duelist is a mix between strength and dexterity. And dexterity is how you get dexterity is evasion, intelligence is energy shield. This is generally how you would play it. You can make an energy duelist that uses a bunch of energy shield gear, but you know, because it's the duelist's intelligence rating isn't as high as its dexterity and strength, you're going to want to go with armor and evasion rather than energy shield, because energy shield just complements intelligence better. And generally, gear that has an energy shield requires a higher intelligence level. So we're gonna let's see. So we have to travel to the flooded depths and travel to the prisoner's gate. So we're gonna. How did we already get that one? I have no clue. So we're gonna go to the I think it's the fetid pool. Yeah, I think that's where we're going. We're going to the fetid pool, which is past the mud flats. So we're gonna travel. Oh, you know what? I always do this. I forget about the waypoint in the coast. So I'm gonna go to the waypoint over in Lion Eye's Watch. And sorry about the lag, because I know. How did I get to the submerged passage already? Did I already do that? I must have already done the fetid pool. I did not remember that. Okay. Guess that's why the episode was an hour long. So we're gonna go to the flooded depths. Or this is the submerged passage. Sorry. Now we're going to the flooded depths. And we are going to kill the dweller of the deep. Oh my. Okay, I need to clear decoy totem. Put you there. Okay. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, we need to. Okay, so there's my AoE ability. Oh my, I'm even getting lag. This is not good. Double strike. Okay. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, because I'm using the free version of XSplit and not actually using, I'm not actually paying for the service, I only get the free abilities. So I can't actually record in 60 frames. I want to record in 60 frames, but I can't. So I might have to actually purchase a subscription, because I will eventually need, I'm gonna want to record in 60 frames per second at some point, because otherwise, well, I mean, quality helps. So we're just gonna fight our way through Superior Copper Sword. That's 6 to 13. This is 6 to 12. It's not that big of a difference. But if you notice, we did level up there, so we get 1 passive skill point. So let's see, where do we want to? So what we were going towards Master of the Arena, if I recall correctly. Oh, sorry about that, guys. So I think what we're gonna do is go with this armor, evasion, and life. Apply that. Escape. What rings? I have an iron ring, I have a power amulet, and I have the barrel coral ring. Okay. So let's just let's keep moving through here, trying to find the entrance to the flooded depths. And here it is. Well, that was pretty lucky. Oh no. Why can't I go there? Okay, so I'm entering the flooded depths. So I'm gonna try and keep it a little shorter this time, because last time it went a little over an hour. So today I'm gonna try and keep it around 30 minutes, maybe a little longer, maybe like 45. And we're gonna try and just basically run our way through this. So we might get to the ledge today. I think we'll get to the ledge. Which is the area after the submerged passage. And the reason you guys are seeing a watermark, the XSplit watermark, is because I'm recording in 1080p, and which you can't see it, but I have it up in this corner. And because I am not a paid user, it puts a watermark on my recording, which I don't mind, but if there's a problem with it or anything, I can go back to 720p, but I'd rather keep it in 1080p because then it allows for, you know, just higher quality recording, and it's kind of what it's all about, you know, quality. Without quality, what's the point? Okay. Oh, I'm out of mana. So we can level up our Double Strike and our Molten Strike gems. So Molten Strike is our AoE ability and Double Strike is our single target, which you want one of each because as you progress, the you're gonna get into areas where you're gonna have a ton of enemies surrounding you. There's gonna be hordes of enemies, and the AoE abilities really come in handy at that point. At this stage, you can pretty much handle most of the things that you're going to be taking on with a single target ability. But it, you know, definitely once you get into more, you know, into larger areas of like hordes and a lot more stuff, you know, a lot more enemies, you're gonna end up with a ton of you're gonna be swarmed, and you're gonna need to kill them all rather quickly so you don't die. So, you know, so we got quite a few good things actually. Chainmail tunic I don't need. So now we can go back to the what is it, the submerged passage. We can head back to the submerged passage, and we will head back, and we'll journey through the submerged passage to the ledge, which is going to be the next area that we're going to get to. So let's we're gonna have to go back this way, and then we're gonna venture on through. Oh my. Oh, I'm so used to okay. Sorry about that. I don't know. I was just really silent right there. Sorry about that, guys. But this is going to be the way up to the ledge, I believe. Usually you go up and then it's right up here somewhere. I don't know where, but because, you know, so we're just gonna kind of. Oh, we're out of mana. We are out of mana. There's another level for us. An Orb of Chance. Okay. So let's see, the Goat Hide Buckler, evasion rating 10. This is armor 12 and evasion rating 12, so we're gonna keep that. So let's keep journeying through here. I think we're gonna. Oh well, we should probably get our passive. So we're gonna go to melee damage, apply points, hit escape, kill the cursed spawn. We're gonna run in here and grab the lightning shrine. Because shrines just give you abilities, so like an acceleration shrine makes you do everything faster. A lightning shrine creates this lightning aura around you, and it just pulses like that. So here's the ledge, but I'm pretty okay. I guess we're going to the ledge. I think I might have missed a boss in there, but that's I mean, that's kind of fine. I don't really need to fight everything. But this is the ledge, so we're gonna. So here we're gonna meet the goats, the goat men, who like to jump on you. And then there's cannibals. There's always cannibals. They're just really fast, and they do damage, but they don't do a ton of damage. So, you know, but if like you get swarmed by them, that's one of the worst things. So I'm going to want to, at some point, get some sort of health regeneration from something other than my flasks, because, if I'm just focusing on my flasks, and I'm going to need some more mana regen, because that is also not very good at the moment. And I need regen to be able to, pretty much progress through this, because otherwise I'm just gonna be basically a sitting duck, because I'm gonna constantly have to be using my flasks, and then I'm gonna run out of charges, and then I'm gonna die. And constantly dying is not something I have in mind. It's generally something I don't want to do. Ancient archers. Where are the goatmen? Generally you encounter some of them by now. But the boss of the ledge is Kaduku, the false god, and we're gonna meet him pretty soon. What do I have? I want a rustic sash, right? Yeah. But what's this one? 19%. Okay. So we're gonna hit a flask, because we're taking some pretty heavy damage. At this point, it's not really worth picking up common items unless they're a higher tier than the ones I currently have, because then the it's basically not going to be good for anything. But magical and rare items, which are the blue and yellow ones, are going to be, they're pretty much always going to be beneficial, because they're Rooted Tower Shield, because they can have things like mana and health regen, they can have elemental damage or elemental protection, stuff like that, stuff that's really helpful when it comes down to it. And also, if you're trying to fight a ton of enemies, but there's stuff everywhere on the ground, and you just basically can't see anything, hit Z. Z is, I think it's the default key. Oh my, what are these things? Gluttonous gulls. I do not remember fighting these before, but I guess I did. I don't know. These areas, they generate differently for every time you play them, and I think every 15 minutes once you leave them, they generate a completely new area. So if you had to go through if you had to do a certain thing in this area, like if you had to fight one enemy. Ooh, that's a chromatic, so I'm gonna pick that up. It might not even be in this area in the next time you come back through it. So that's what makes this game have so much replay value. You don't generally think of video games necessarily as having replay value, but you can play this game over and over again with a ton of different. You can play it with every single different class, and you'll have almost a different like every single different person, and you'll have a different loadout, different gear. Ooh, that was not what I wanted to do. I accidentally scrolled in there. But the experience will be almost completely different every single time. So there's a plate vest, which I don't need. So we're just gonna keep hacking our way through these guys. Coral Amulet. Okay, so at this point, our mana regen palette amulet is. Why did I pick this up? I can't even use the whalebone rapier, and it's not. I mean, it's a little bit better, but it's not useful. Oh, I picked that up because it's a chromatic, and I'll get alteration charge because it's also magical. But at this point, we're gonna want to go with our coral amulet because the coral amulet gives us health regeneration, which we won't have to constantly rely on our flasks. So here's a waypoint. So we're gonna head back to Lionized Watch. Head back real quick to Lionized Watch, and we are going to. We are going to turn in our quest and get our reward. I am sorry about the lag, guys. It tends to lag out on me. Like, it doesn't ever lag out on me, I should say. But it tends to, just generally not. So let's see. We have Master of the Arena. So that's what we're gonna do Master of the Arena. And then let's see. That's two-handed. I don't want to use two-handed. I want to use one-handed as well, and also shield. So we're gonna take this path down to Defiance. Oh crap. Okay. And then this is like but we're gonna take this path down, and we're gonna go through Defiance, and then probably to not Figure. We're probably gonna want to go to Golem's Blood. Maybe even actually Golem's Blood, and then probably work our way over to Cloth and Chain. But at this point, we're gonna work towards Defiance and then towards Golem's Blood, which is you always want to have a plan when it comes to how you're gonna play a certain. Like, you always want to have a plan on what keystone abilities, which those gold surrounded ones, those are called keystone abilities. And you always want to have a plan on how you're actually gonna, play this depending on your keystone ability. So, like, if you want to go with a duelist that uses two-handed weapons, you're not gonna go through Defiance and stuff like that. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, I am freaking dying. But you're not gonna want to go through Defiance. You're not gonna want to get to Golem's Blood. You're gonna want to go through a completely different chain of you're gonna want to go through a completely different chain of what are they called? Keystone abilities. That's what. So we have one more passive point. So we're gonna go melee damage with shield. And then we're gonna go to Defiance, and then down to Golem's Blood, like I said before. So our physical damage is getting pretty. It's getting pretty up there. So gluttonous gulls. These things are so weird. I don't even know. They're just really, really, really weird. And I think Double Strike. Oh, it works with any melee weapon. Some skill gems will only work with a certain type of melee weapon. Like, some of them will only work with axes, or some of them will only work with maces, or some of them will only work with swords. and you have to be careful and look at what what ability you have, because otherwise you might end up with an ability that you can't use because of the gear that you have. So you should always be aware of what you're using, because you can totally get screwed over because you don't pay attention, and you get caught in a pinch, and you just get destroyed. So this is Kaduku the False God. So we're gonna wanna Molten Strike our way out of this, because we are in the middle of a ton of enemies. So this is what hordes look like. And so I'm gonna definitely wanna get either in or out, because when you're outside of the little area, you get Kaduku uses Spark. But if you're inside of the range of Spark, he uses that little like the what's it called? The lightning halo thingy, Mababar. I don't even remember what it's called. And that does quite a bit of damage. But you just wanna be careful. So this is a cone helmet, but it's. So do we want to pick it? I think I'm gonna pick up the cone helmet and the battered helm. I think I already picked something up on accident. Yeah, I picked up a superior corroded tower shield, which I don't want, because so this reflects 3 physical damage to melee attackers. This one, its evasion rating is higher than this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss the agile battered helm of the Newt in there, and then I'll probably just sell the thorny cone helmet once I get. Oh, and I have a padded vest for some reason. I don't know why I have a padded vest, because I'm not even gonna use that. Oh no, I am not thinking that. So now that we killed Kaduku, we're just going to keep progressing here, and the door to the lower prison should be around here somewhere. I don't know exactly how close or how far it is. I just know that it's somewhere past Kaduku. And like I said, it generates differently every time. So it might be shortly after you fight Kaduku, or it might be a really far distance. It just depends. So we're just gonna use our single target, and we're just gonna hack our way through these guys. Pop a mana flask. So to open your character screen, hit C, and this will show you what like your level and all of your abilities and stuff like that, and it'll show you offense, show you defense, your miscellaneous, your charges. So I think this is flask. This is for your flasks. But that's C to open your character screen. So let's keep fighting through here. So we want to travel to the prisoner's gate, which is like, I don't even know how far it is. But if we hit, I believe it's U. Yeah, U. So the way forward, the prisoner's gate is all the way over there. But that's but we're taking. But this is the main storyline. This is the main progression of the storyline through Rayclast. All of the other side quests and stuff. Okay, so now we're entering the climb. So after the climb is the lower prison, I think. Yeah. And once we get into the prison, we'll find Brutus at some point. So the boss of the climb is like a black skeleton dude. I don't even remember his name. I just fought him the other day because I was playing my Templar. So we're gonna destroy. Oh, so here's the goat man. The goat men, you know. Silver coins. We're gonna. Yeah. So here's the goat men. So you just gotta, you know, they're kind of annoying. They leap on you. The Goatman Shaman. Oh, sorry guys, my voice hurts. It's just my throat is so scratchy but this is it's really the only day I got, so you know, let's make it count. So we really want to get Superior Frostbolt. I don't know what that does. I don't know if that's a bow ability or if that's just a regular old ability. But some abilities are only bow abilities, and some abilities you can only use. So let's look at Superior Frostbolt. It's a spell. So spells require intelligence to cast. I think I'm gonna put this. Oh, that's not. You have to right click. No, just left click. Okay. Then we're just gonna clear that slot and put it in W. But it it's a ranged ability, which is good. So like if we press W, it just fires it out in the direction that I was pointing. So I mean, it's good because it's ranged and it fires through multiple enemies. So this can be like pretty good, and it also slows because cold damage always slows the enemy that it hits. But if like you hit them with the colds and you freeze them, like if you freeze one of those crustacean snipers or whatever, or one of the crustacean or cave crustaceans down in like the flooded depths, if you freeze one of them, because they split, if you freeze one of them, they don't split and they just die and they just shatter, which is good because they're really, really annoying. Oh god dang it, I hate when it does this. So we're gonna keep going here. Oh, here's our waypoint for the climb. So let's take out these guys. So I'm gonna get the waypoint. I'm gonna go back to Lion Eyes Watch, and I think I'm gonna call the episode there because that's gonna be about 35 minutes. I kind of want to fight the boss in this area before I leave. I'm gonna go get the waypoint because that counts as a checkpoint, and just in case I die, I'll be able to come right back here. So I'm gonna get the waypoint, and then I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna. So I've been contemplating doing some live streaming because I have a. Is this where I started? It might be. I don't know. I have a Twitch account. I haven't used it a whole lot. Yeah, this is back to the ledge. I don't want to go back to the ledge. But I have a Twitch account. I just don't use it all that much because I am not very familiar with it. I'm you know, generally just, I mean, I like the thought of live streaming, and I've been contemplating doing it. However, if I did live stream, I'd probably start with something basic that I'm actually good at. Like I'd do some Minecraft or something, because I've played Minecraft since like alpha. And I enjoy playing Minecraft. Ooh, Orb of Storms. Dang, I'm getting lots of good gems here, but I think that's also a I believe that is also, oh, so this is Lionized Standard right here, so we're pretty close. You know what? The other day I turned all of my sound off. I completely forgot about that. So let's turn this stuff back up. I was so confused. I was like, why is it? But like this reads off. Or it scrolls through and you can read it. I think it sometimes reads it too. I don't remember. But we're gonna go find the oh, there he is. So it's Iron Point the Forsaken. Oh my, that was a poor choice. Oh no. Nope, that doesn't pause the game. Oh no. My intelligence is not high enough. That is unfortunate. So that's the thing. So we're gonna have to kill Iron Point the Forsaken. It was not a smart idea to turn my volume up. Because now I have to talk over the. I feel like I have to talk over it, even I might not have to, but it hurts. It really hurts. Ground slam. Oh my. So I'm gonna go back into my options, and we're just gonna lower these a little bit, because even that's quite loud. I mean, I like to hear things, but it's just loud. So we're gonna apply to Defiance, and at some point I think, you know, I don't really want to, actually, Art of the Gladiator might be a good choice for a little bit later, but I don't really want to focus on, I don't really want to focus, so Ground Slam, so Ground Slam is good, and I have a few open, and then I have Orb of Storms, which requires more intelligence than I have. I might just sell that one, because it's a spell, and I think I might also sell Frostbolt as well, because it's not a intelligence oriented. Oh, we need to identify this. Okay, that's actually good. I'm gonna throw that in there real quick. But because it's not an intelligence oriented character, I don't feel so bad about you know, I'm gonna try and fight how I want to, and with this character, I'm gonna focus on dexterity and strength, which is, you know, the main points. Which, don't get me wrong, you could definitely do a you could totally do a spellcasting duelist. You could, but you know, that's not how I'm gonna play it. So we're back at Lionized Watch, and so that's gonna be it for today's episode. We made it to the climb. We killed Iron Point the Forsaken and Kajuku the False God. And so next episode we're gonna make it. Next episode we're gonna get to the prison and we're gonna fight Brutus, the prison or the warden, the Grand Warden or whatever his name is. He's called Brutus. We're gonna fight him. Hopefully, we're gonna fight him by the end of next episode. But thank you all for watching, and this has been episode 2 of Path of Exile Ascendancy, playing as a duelist. Oh my! Please don't crash. That would suck. Oh, it did crash. Well, crap.